So I decided to go ahead and put this video together because one, I've never done it before. And two, I feel like this is something every manga / anime creator has done at some point in their career to kind of get their foot in the door with other things. And this is called a comprehensive guide to reading manga in 2023. Now, I know it sounds crazy. I know this is probably gonna drive a lot of y'all away, but I think this is something that I really want to give you guys. Now, I've taken into account a lot of things when putting together this list, right? And we're gonna start off with how you should decide on where to read manga, right? So first and foremost, you gotta take cost into consideration, right? Do I wanna go with a subscription-based service? Do I wanna go with per chapter service? Or do I want it free? When you take all of these into consideration, this is when you have to create a diagram, right? Now, I've devised this diagram in the most simple way possible, right? I did it on Photoshop. I was gonna do it on Microsoft Paint, but as y'all know, Microsoft Paint don't exist no more. So I had to do something a little interesting in creating this diagram. So if you guys want the most bang for your buck, obviously if you're gonna go with the subscription-based service, you have things like the Viz app, the Shonen Jump app. Those are the ones that you definitely want to take into account if you want the best bang for your buck. And they have a wide array of titles in regards to manga. If you want to pay per chapter, right? Like if you don't give a damn what you're paying to get these, then I have quite a few other ones for you. You have Manga Up, K Manga. So if you guys want to pay per chapter and you guys don't mind a terribly based system, then that could be one that you could take. But if you want free, then obviously you're gonna have to go the pirated route, or aside from the pirated routes, you can hit up Discords, right? There are a lot of Discords that have dedicated servers and dedicated sites for these, right? More like the fan translations and stuff like that. Those are all different types of things that you can use, or there is a specific way to get manga from everywhere aside from cost, but that's something you'll have to ask me when I'm live on Twitch, right? I don't like to put it out there on video because I don't know how it works, but there is a specific way to get stuff from any single place whenever you need it, right? Straight from the source. And then obviously, like with these, you have to take into account the availability, the probability of always getting what you want when you want. The issue with free, right, like the pirated sites or the fans translations, is you never know when you're gonna get them. It's one of those you have to take it with a grain of salt and take them as they come. If you're fine with waiting a long time for these chapters, then obviously the free route is the way to go. But if there's a manga that's popular and you want it weekly and you want it at the same time every time, obviously you could take the paid routes, right? Though that's the smartest thing to do. I've given you guys lists of places where to read, how to read. So on to the next topic, which is, in my opinion, what is the best option? Obviously, if you take it to totality, availability, reliability, and most of all, accessibility, I'd have to say Mangadex. Mangadex is the best way to go, taking everything into consideration, right? Like I said, availability is the most important key, and obviously Mangadex has a wide array of everything. It has everything that you need. It's not going to have the manga that are readily available on Shonen Jump, Manga Plus, whatever, K Manga, all of those paid apps. It's obviously not gonna have everything that they have, but if you want to look for a vast array of different types of manga, the Dex is the place to go. So another question that I always get asked is, when should you move into the other options? If you want my honest opinion on that, the only time you should be moving into other options is when you feel like you can afford to move into those different lanes. Because let's be frank here, you don't really need to do it, but if you want everything, this is if you're greedy. This is if you are a greedy bastard. You can pay for all of the paid services and have the free services as well. I never really condone that because you're spreading yourself thin, but But that's also if you're reading a lot of manga like me, right? I read a crap ton of manga, obviously, because I'm turning this into a job. But if you don't do it as a job, then honestly, just find the option that has the manga that you read specifically. That's one thing, I say it every time. You gotta find the place that specifically has the manga you like and stay there. You gotta do your research. That's why I'm doing it for you. I'm giving you the best options. I'm giving you how to read it. I'm giving you how you should decide on where to read it. This is the best guide for it, in my honest opinion. I go off the top of the dome majority of the time, but I wrote down like little checklist things on what I should talk about, and this was one of the 5. That does it for my comprehensive guide to reading manga in 2023. It's short, simple, and straight to the point. I didn't do that nerdy ass in-depth stuff that I've done before. I just wanted it to be sweet and simple, so that way you guys can really decide on just what you're looking for and how to go about doing things. I take everything into consideration, right? Cost, availability, reliability, accessibility. Cost is the most important because I know a lot of people don't want to pay for manga, or pay per chapter, I should say. People are always open to subscription-based services, as I am. I am a proponent of subscription-based services because I feel like that is the best option for people that want to read manga. Or you can read it for free on Manga Plus, right? These are my top proponents when it comes to manga. I've already made videos shit talking K-manga and Manga Up before because they took the worst approach, and I feel like that's going to burden them later on, which will get them shut down. But this is exactly how things should be structured, in my opinion. But let me know how you feel down below. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. If you guys don't like what I have to say, make sure you let me know as well. I'm always looking for feedback from my community, which is you guys, obviously, and I'm always looking to improve, always looking to add different things to my repertoire. So all feedback is welcomed and recommended. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it's your boy XDomoSenpaix, and I will catch you guys in the next video.